Oh my gosh. So how bad was it? So I went shopping with my friend Beth. And she took me to this little town called Quilt Town, which is Hamilton, Missouri. And I did not know. This is Sherlock, by the way. I did not know how bad it was going to be. It was so bad I actually had to put bags inside of bags. So let me show you what happened. So, oh, Sherlock. Okay. Okay. So you know the secret of putting bags inside of bags? Like I put bags inside of bags. So let's see how bad it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one's 5, 6, 7. 7 bags. This town is awesome. This town is awesome. So there's a lady named Jenny who put together, she's a quilter. She started putting this stuff together, and the next thing you know, we've got a quilting problem. I have a quilting problem, I admit. So what did I get? So let's look, because it's like, you know, when somebody else goes shopping with you, you think, well, I spent the money too. It's like retail therapy, right? Let them spend the money. That's kind of what I was going to do with my friend Bethany. Let her spend the money. Did not work that way. And it's after COVID, so let's go shopping anyway, right? So the whole town, by the way, Toll Town is adorable, adorable. Little different shops, obviously all the same bags, so the whole town's like all Missouri Star Quilting Company. And I got a sweatshirt. Okay, so let's look at one of them. So I think this is like the first start. So I started here, and I ended up getting some fat quarters. Aren't these gorgeous? So soft, so pretty. Look, it started with this one. And then I ended up getting all these others that I think will look really nice with this. So there's 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. So this is one project. This is gonna be one project. Super gorgeous. I'm excited about this one. While I was at the same store though, they had panels. So the panel, I'm a grandma. I know, lots of grandmas out there. So I'm a grandma. I was looking for something that my grandson could do the cars and drive the cars around the road. And, you know, there's some old-fashioned ones that I've seen before when my daughter was little. We did different stuff. Okay, so this one, check this panel out. This panel is a whole little town. And somewhere there's a yellow submarine on it. There we go. Yellow submarine's on the bottom. Yellow submarine. So we get to do the Yellow Submarine song. Yellow submarine. So this is just a panel. And I thought, well, this would be and there's a road. You know, you got the road that goes around. So lots of story kinds of things that you can do with this. But, you know, I don't want to get too crazy with the quilting. I don't want to cut any of them. I don't want to cut the little fox up, right? Look, he's in my car. That's so cute. So I'm going to do a fleece. So like, okay. So I started looking around. What am I going to do for a fleece? So I found that in another shop. And what I found was a bluey fleece. Look, they even put it in the bag for me. So I don't want to pull this out, but there's lots of blueys on here. You guys know what bluey looks like if you got grandkids, like they're stuck on bluey. Big time. Anyway, super soft. This is high quality stuff. And and I'm sorry for this. Yes, you can buy all this online. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry, not sorry. It's like, good luck. Okay, so grandma quilt. This side, this fleece on one side, panel on the other. There's not much quilting in the center, so I figured I'll just zig it, right? Get that flat, and then just kind of outline whatever I want to outline. Just outline. So that's going to be exciting. So project number 2. So that's 2 projects. Sorry, right? 1, 2. All right. So then they had another shop had the Quilt Town fabric that's like their style, right? So, see the bags, right? So you can see the colors. So this is a 10 by 10 squares, 42 plies. My friend Bethany's like, I'm like, how much are these? She goes, $42. I'm like, really? There you go. 42.95. $1 a square. I said $1 a square. She goes, yeah, that works out to $1 a square. So $38, $42, $43. $1 a square. 10 by 10s, lots of beautiful fabrics in here. And then there's, what do we get for the backing? Oh, here's the backing. So another panel. This is cute. So this is Quilt Town, Hamilton, Missouri, as a panel. Let's pull this back here. Look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? Oh my gosh. So here's all the little towns, hot air balloons. I just, you know, little roads all over the place. But what is that, a bus? Quilt Express. Oh my gosh. I didn't even know there was a Quilt Express. So the town looks like this. Except, you know, not so cartoony, but the town really looks gorgeous. Make It So. Look, Make It So. Yes, there's a shop called Make It So. All right, so is this gonna go with the grandkids? I don't know, maybe not. So back, front, back, I don't know. 10 by 10 quilts. Project 3, right? Okay, so let's go to the next one. I have been listening to Dear Bob and Sue. Love Dear Bob and Sue. If you're not into the national parks, all right, well, I am. Love the stories. and apparently they got a podcast, they got all kinds of stuff. I'm just on the first one. So Dear Bob and Sue. So there is a fabric that's got national parks, and these are those posters that guy makes that are so cute, right? You can buy these, you go to these different parks. Shenandoah National Park was my first one that I got my passport stamped on. And no, we didn't see any bears. And yes, Sherlock went with me. Just gorgeous. What am I gonna do with this? I don't know. 4, this is project number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so then we're in, and they have a sale. Then they have a sale. Buy 2 packs of squares for, I don't know what the price was, but I bought 2 packs. Limit was 2. I bought 2. Look at these. Aren't these cute? Oh my goodness. They're roosters. I didn't even know that. Just the sweetest fabric. This is going to make such a beautiful quilt. And then what size are these? These are 4x4s? 4x4s. So 4x4, sorry. They're 4x4s. I got the limit by 2 and project number 5. All right, let's see. What's in this little baby? See this one? Look at this gorgeous fabric. This is going to be the backing for something. I don't know. There was a lady that was at one of the salespeople at one of the shops that we were in had used part of this fabric for a bag that she made. It was absolutely gorgeous. And then I got to see the fabric later on. It's like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. So this matches something, I don't know. So, but I bought a couple yards, 2, 3? I think it's 2. I think it's 2. And look at the little baby bag. Okay, so let's go to a medium bag. Medium bag, what's in the medium bag? All right, so if you know me, I'm Natalie Starfish. I don't know if I introduced myself. Hi, Natalie Starfish. I love Van Gogh. I love Van Gogh. So, Bethany had to point out the Van Gogh panel. Look, poppies. Oh my gosh, where did I get that from? So, check this out. This is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. Here we go. We start off at the top. We've got Starry Nights. Goes into poppies. Isn't that beautiful? So, one panel-ish of, so picture that with the matching fabrics in the another 10 pack. What was it? There's 42 squares, buck a square. We said 42, so this is 43.50. Right? I don't know if that's turned up right side or backwards, but 43.50. Buck a square, and all different fabrics that match the Van Gogh, the beautiful, beautiful Van Gogh pattern. Couldn't you see it laying on my couch? I think I need a new couch. Project 5? Forget this one. Is Project 6? 7? I don't know. All right, let's keep going. Okay. Ooh, wait a minute. I was in this bag. Okay. Ooh, this is a medium bag. Medium bag. All right. This one. Oh! I found another bag inside of a bag. Okay, so another bag inside of a bag. What was this? So it came with one of the shops we stopped at. Little brochure of Quilt Town. Welcome to Quilt Town. Look, here's the downtown. Look at all those shops to go to. Oh my gosh, it's so perfect. S-E-W. Absolutely adorable. Here's kind of a picture of the town. Yes, they have this beautiful mural. Yes, I've got a picture of it with me and my friend Bethany. And then there, I don't know, fat chucks. I don't know what that is, but there's a QR code on the back. Thanks for shopping. I don't know. Start planning your next trip. I've got to sew first. Maybe it's just down the street. Okay, so they had another sale. So they have these little specials all the time. So one of them was this baby. So beautiful octagon template. And what I saw in the store, which was pretty cool, was Sherlock. By the way, this has got the holes in it for the 4 squares. So you can do the 6.5 inch or 7. You can peel this guy off and make this the actual template that you want. But I saw some, maybe it was hexagons. Now I'm looking at this, it must have been hexagons. So the hexagons were cut in half, and then they were able to do a long strip of them. It must have been hexagons, because this is not going to work that way. Yeah, that must have been hexagons. Wow, interesting way to put them together. I took some pictures. Hamilton, maybe that comes across. Ooh, look, Hamilton, Missouri. So there we go. And it's near Kansas City. So Kansas City's on that side of Missouri. And I live over around there, St. Louis. So it was a little bit of a drive. Missouri Star Company. Okay, so Hamilton, Missouri. That's where that's at. Wow. This was on sale. So this is normally $20, and the special was, I don't know. There's a receipt here somewhere. Okay, another little bag. What do we got in here? We got, because I don't just quilt, I crochet too. So look at this. Crochet block of the month. Aren't those cute? And I love the colors too. Anyway, I'm always looking for granny squares. I crochet granny squares. Here's a granny square that I just did. This was in pink. I went a little crazy with the pink. And I got another granny square over here with... Yes, Sherlock. Keep talking. Another granny square with the yellows. And we'll go with the yellows. So love granny squares. Simple. This one's got a lot more patterns to it. So it should be fun to do. Okay, that was one of my little baby bags. The third baby bag. All right, the last one, what do we got in here? Oh, okay, so if you know me, I'm a WHO, so you don't need to know what the abbreviation is, but it's H-O-O. We always call it WHO, but we say we're in Whoville. So both Bethany and I had to get Whoville fabric. They had some other matching kinds of stuff with this, but it was really emphasizing the Grinch. I don't want to emphasize the Grinch so much as the Whoville. So Whoville, what am I going to do with this? I don't know. Do we have to know what we're always gonna do with our fabric? No. Sounds like another video. Like, what did I do with the fabrics? Okay, so this one, this is a jelly roll. So jelly roll in the red, white, and blue. I've always wanted to make a red, white, and blue quilt. There was 3 or 4 different red, white, and blue kinds of jelly rolls. I like jelly rolls. I've done jelly roll quilts before, and I don't have one really quickly available, but when I do a jelly roll, I'll show you my other jelly rolls. This one was just adorable. I just love the little fabrics on this one. And I've decided I'm gonna do more than one red, white, blue quilt because I like red, white, blue. So this was a 42 bucks. America. All right, and then I got Quilt Lady's keychain. So it's got that old timey motel key chain. And then, this is adorable. I think this is adorable. So the shot glass that says, bobbins up. Bobbins up. Yeah, okay, so when you go, you can go online, Quilt Star, what do they call this? What is this site? Missouri, visit us online, MissouriQuiltCo.com. So, please, and they've had a hashtag to visit. Hashtag visit MSQC. Missouri Quilt City? MSQC. Quilt Company? Quilt Co? There you go. I don't know if I made it worse for you or better. I'll do some more videos as I'm sewing these so you can see what they actually look like when they're put together. And yeah, well, hey, it's after COVID. Let's start sewing again. I mean, okay, I've been sewing, but let's sew some more because I've got a few projects. Good luck. I hope you enjoy. And please post your videos, pictures, put your pictures, I don't know. Anyway, you can get a hold of me. Natalie Starfish, thank you so much. I enjoy sewing. Oh, how bad was the damage? It was just under $550 with tax. Which could have been a lot worse. Bye.